So this question kind of comes up about this class, about, am I going to use this stuff with my elementary kids? And one big thing that came up in the reflections, I think it's those of you observing, working with a first grader. What have y'all been working on?
Number bonds.
Number bonds. That's what I heard a lot of. With my first grader, I'm working on number bonds. What are number bonds?
Whole part.
Okay, whole part, where one of you did this in my office. Yeah, I showed it like this. A little square. Oh, pretend that's perfect. Another square. A bigger square. Like this. And if I had, let's say, a 4 right here and a 7, then what does the student write? 3. And there are other ways you could do this. And maybe somebody who was in my office said, the bigger number goes in the bigger circle or the bigger square. So maybe it's 5, 7, and then I put what? 2. Have we done this in this class? Have we done this in this class? We did this. I'm looking for my other page, but you know what? I don't know where it is. We did this. And what did I say for this? Take 7 markers, put some in the triangle, and put the rest in the circle. So we had something like this. Triangle plus circle equals 7. Or x plus y equals 7. And I would argue those are a lot alike. Kind of the same sort of concept. So we didn't call it number bonds. We called it what? Variables. Variables that do what? Vary. That was a use of variables that vary. So I don't remember what 2203 student was in my office when we had this discussion. But it was like the light bulb just went off in my head during that initial reflection. That I'm like thinking, we did that in this class. We did this last week. No, and we didn't call it number bonds, but it's a very, very similar concept. And I would sort of argue that it's the same concept. I don't know if you would agree with that or not. What about that? Anybody thinks it's different?
A little different.
A little different? It's certainly it's presented differently, right? Is it more different than that? Is it more different than just presented differently?
Well, I mean, that just did not come to my mind at all when you said number bonds.
You know what? I've been teaching the course for about 4 or 5 years, and it didn't come to my mind till last week. And I tell you what, when you're a teacher, those kind of things are going to happen. You're going to learn from your students. You're going to see things in a different light at some point as you working on your teaching career. That you certainly will the light bulb will come on throughout your career there.